and Mythra are going to be joining the Smash roster.
And the crowd goes wild.
No, I thought it was cool.
I know, because you two love that game. And anything that gets released, you're all over it.
No. So, so the
Mike really endearing himself to the Smash fans listening to this out there.
I'm sorry, Smash. Hey, it's a brilliant game. It's a fantastic game. I just love how the tiniest little they've added blah, and all of a sudden everyone goes crazy over it.
It's an entirely new character. That's the whole game, the characters. So it's not a small thing.
Yeah,
I know. Yet people still play Jigglypuff. So
you are like literally living up to your show title of being ignorant. It's like whenever they
I'm not ignorant because I have played the game, and I played the game with you guys, and I do get it. I acknowledge it, and I think it is. If I had played the game and I was really into the game, I'd be looking for something fresh, something new, a new character, something different, because otherwise, the game stagnates. But I still think it's funny that people will use those characters, and I can just see you guys using those characters. Actually, maybe not so much you guys, but I know some of our other friends, they'll just use their normal characters.
Oh, which is fine. But I
think almost all my main characters are DLC characters.
That's true.
So I'm exact opposite of that, Mike.
I think we were playing DLC versus DLC last night, right, Swinny?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
So tell us more about
and just to stand
Pyro
up for the
and
Smash fans and boot you off the podcast. So like one thing is like the characters in Smash, you got to give them credit because when they add new characters, it's not just here's a coat of paint. Like they really go deep and think about the reference material and then also what they can do that's really different in Smash. To the point where, even last night I was playing as Min Min. It doesn't feel like a Smash character. It's very odd the way that they've done it, but it's awesome. So I'm really fascinated to see how they're going to go with these characters. So the Nintendo Direct opened, it wasn't immediately obvious, I guess, to most people that it was going to be Pyra. Swinny, did you just because I felt like almost straight away, it's like, oh my God, Pyra is going to be in Smash. Is that sort of how you landed on it, or was it more like later where you could see FD?
No, I didn't see it I didn't know until she said it.
Oh, really? Oh, so you didn't notice that she was on Final Destination?
No, because it's all cloudy. Like honestly, I don't like Final Destination's design in Ultimate anyway, so I rarely see it these days.
Fair enough.
No, a lot of people, I'm honest, I just didn't know. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool.
That makes sense.
Cool.
I thought for some reason, because I don't, upfront, I think we should be also very clear that we're not huge fans of the Xenoblade series just because we haven't played them all. I haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I've only played Definitive Edition for the opening hours of the first game, and I definitely haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles X or whatever it was on the Wii U. So everything I know about these characters essentially come from, hey, they're announced, let's find out a bit more about them. So.
Yeah.
The character looked pretty cool, though, I'll give you that.
And can I just say something? I can't say I'm a huge fan of Xenoblade, but that's not saying that I'm not into them. I played a bit of both games, and it's more of a timing thing, really, for me, that they're just very long games, and I would love to actually get into them, and I will. But I'm not a hater of that franchise. It's really interesting. Yeah, a lot of people said that they didn't pick up on it. I just felt like they would open with a Smash character. That's kind of what they've been doing recently, and I just couldn't imagine them going back to Xenoblade Chronicles 2 to make a DLC. And just as soon as he started saying Pyra is missing, I'm just like, oh shoot, she's going to be in Smash. That's insane.
Part of it's, me being an idiot, and the other part is me seeing that Xenoblade and kind of being a little not paying as much attention.
Oh yeah, tune your brain off or something.
Yeah,
I haven't even played the base game, so why do I care about the DLC type of thing?
Well, that's exactly right.
Yeah,
I've got nothing against Xenoblade. I'm a huge RPG fan, as we know. I just haven't.
But there's no achievements for it.
I just haven't played them enough. So, but look, these characters look great. So they're, we know there's two of them, which is awesome because it's the first time we've had a character that can swap between more than one, style since Pokemon Trainer was basically added in Brawl. And it's, to me, it does feel very Zelda chic because there's...
Yes, that's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, from Melee, simply because they're not as wildly different as the Pokemon Trainer
they're completely different
characters. But Look, I'm super pumped for this. I reckon that they look really cool. We just don't know enough about them yet. I don't think we've had a date for the Sakurai presentation yet, have we?
No, and that was the one thing that did bum me out in the presentation where they said, "Oh, cool, like it's all great," and then it's, "Oh, by the way, this character's coming in March," and it's like, oh, it doesn't feel like early March. It really feels like this is going to be late March when they launch this character. And I don't know, last time when they announced it and it was like coming out like the next week or something, Sephiroth. Remember that, Swinny?
Yeah.
It was like if you beat the challenge, it was like a week or something when you could get it.
But I mean, there's been times when they've announced characters and they haven't come out for a lot longer.
Yeah, and that was horrible, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not a big fan of it being like 4 or 5 weeks, but yeah, I guess we're gonna have our fun Sakurai direct. See how that goes. The thing that I got excited about is that means that there's gonna be a Pyra at least amiibo, and I'm gonna handle this really sensitively because Mike's on the line. But
hey, no, I'm being good. I got a new haircut. I'm a new man.
One thing is, I don't, Swinny, you'd know the context here, but with things like Zero Suit Samus, they've made modifications to the character build over time to make it a bit more, let's just say, family friendly. And there's certain characters they haven't even included in Smash because it's not for good boys and good girls, is what Sakurai said. So, and like I said, I'm going to handle this very sensitively, but I felt like the direct was a bit like, not raunchy, but do you know what I mean by what I'm saying?
All I know is that these characters will be assets to the roster.
Okay, that's well said. I'll just move on from there. So with the amiibo, I'm excited because I'm like, I don't know if they're going to do 2 amiibo or 1 amiibo. I feel like they're going to do 2 and they won't do a joint one because it just feels like with Pokemon Trainer, they've got like 3 amiibo for Pokemon Trainer. So
like in a box that's got both of the characters in it, you mean? How they have that with Animal Crossing and stuff? They had multiple characters.
Yeah, for Ice Climbers, they've got both of the characters, but that makes sense, right? They're just
I remember that.
Kind of, you can't separate them. But with these ones, I'm not sure how they're going to handle it. They might just do Pyra, because with Byleth at this stage, they only have male Byleth, which I would prefer to just get female Byleth if I could. And it doesn't seem like they're going to be doing female Byleth.
Oh, man. The life of an amiibo collector is so bloody difficult, I have to say.
So we'll do obviously a breakdown of what our thoughts about the actual character playstyles when we've seen that presentation.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe they'll shadow drop on the day of the presentation. We can actually give our impressions. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. As I said, most of my characters I play these days are DLC, which is, they're kind of some of them are OP, but I like players. What can I say?
I was actually going to ask you that about the OPness, because one thing that I think...
The OPness.
I swear to God, I didn't mean to say that. So one thing about the game, characters being OP in the game, one thing that I massively appreciate from what I've seen about the game and having played it as well, is it's incredible how there's such variety in fighters, yet they manage to balance it pretty damn well. You're always going to get characters that are hard to balance and stuff like that. But all in all, would you say that it's fairly well balanced?
Look,
and people can pick up a character and get really good at a particular character and still own?
It's an incredible achievement what they've managed to do with the game.
Yeah.
But there's definitely characters at certain skill levels that will definitely have an advantage, especially if we're talking like 4-player matches where people aren't always, focusing on every other character. Like Byleth, for instance. Byleth is just awesome in multi-person matches because you can jump on the edge of the stage and do like a charged bow shot and stuff like that, and often get kills and people don't know you're there.
Yeah, that's Swinny style. Swinny style, sneaky,
that's totally my
camping,
style.
zoning on the side. He's a sniper.
But then I can still kick your ass one-on-one with her, so that's fine.
You were struggling with Min, but then you got your head around it within a few matches. I'm really looking forward to this. I did find it funny that ultimately people are going, "Oh, another anime swordie," but it's a fighting game. I mean, like sword characters are a huge part of it, right? So
it's another Marth clone, basically.
They're all Marth clones. They're all Marth clones.
All right, and let's get into the rest of the direct. And I think there's a lot of things that Mike wants to cover. So the rest of the highlights. So